Hey Chih, looking at your blockout for your punchy guys, for your boxers. I know this is just a blockout, so try not to get too detailed on things. Let's start by, we need a camera angle to work from. I think this is a good blockout. I think it's a good point to be at, and then we just want to start working on an animation pass. So it feels like structurally everything's in here. Just looking at this, I'm guessing you are wanting to animate up till about in here somewhere. I don't know, maybe 170. Like this is your animation. And I'm guessing I don't know if you want to do camera cuts. I'm guessing you want to do something in here somewhere. Not sure exactly what camera angle you're shooting at, because once you pick a camera angle, then you can work on details of the actual animation. If you pick an angle that shows the feet, you have to worry about feet and hips and everything. If you pick an angle that's tighter in, you know, you're more of a graphical, like, I want to make sure this is displayed well, this is representing well. So for sure the next thing I want to do before I would get into too much of the details on the animation is pick my camera angles, and then once you did that, then you can start going in and figuring out, like, hey, why is his shoulder way back here? And start working that out. It's probably translated, I'm not sure. This looks like you're using the human IK stuff. And then, like, example would be, usually when you have like big bends like this on this guy's back, for example, you have to also rotate this, because you can't really move your back in that way without moving the hips back too. You'd move this more and you'd move this less. It's a more like realistic move, and you learn those things by looking at your reference. And I'm guessing that's a block. So right now it looks like the guy's going back right before the punch is happening. So we could work on that. And then we'll watch the arcs on your punching. Make sure we're like punching straight lines instead of curving it. It looks like, and we got to punch through the shoulder, because you see your shoulder's not moving at all here. So if you look at your reference, you'll see that the shoulder is driving the punch mostly. We'll work on all that stuff, but let's get a camera angle worked out first that you want to use, and then we can work out some of the more details on the punching. I think this is lengthwise totally fine for the final. This punch feels kind of okay. It's almost like a slow motion punch in here. There's some qualities in here I like. But example would be like, you'd want to put some hip movement in here. You'd want to like keep going on this move. So it's like anytime something freezes in your rig, it just makes your character look less believable. So you can see like the hips are frozen right here. So I'd get some motion in there. But I know this is just a block out, so it's like, I expect to see a lot of that happening. We just need to figure out a camera angle. And if you're doing camera cuts, you would just key the camera. So I'll just really quickly create a camera. I think it's probably hidden for some. Oh no, it's just under the thing. Make it like this. And then pick what kind of cool shots you like, you want to see for your characters. I usually do 2 panels, so I can see, like, over here is the camera view. Turn that on so I can see the framing. You know, if the camera's low, it's kind of like the perspective of the viewer. Like, this is what it might look like from if you're sitting in the seats. You know, kind of pick an angle that works. You could do a camera in, like maybe there's a guy holding the camera, watching the action, or there could be a camera way back in the audience, in the seats, and then it just, what they do is zoom way in on the action. 3 or something, 5. You know, and then you're gonna get a little bit more shaky camera feels from that one. This feels more like what you'd see on TV. You know, so pick, like, do you want it to feel like a movie or like a TV show, like live sporting event or whatever. And what's the default? I don't know, 50, something like that. And then, so I'm going to follow the action. I'll just set a keyframe. And then maybe I'll pick a different camera angle over here just to get a different view on the punch. And you can animate the camera and whatever. Boom. That's the angle. I wanted that angle. You might want to pick like a cool whatever angle you're thinking, because once you pick your angles, then we can like break down your scene and start working on an animation pass. Bam. Might be in here somewhere. So maybe most of your scene is like following the guys, and then it goes into that punch, and then it just cycles through there. So pick a camera and then start looking at the animations in more detail. And then just turn it. We'll hopefully talk on Tuesday, see where you are, or maybe next week when you turn in the animation pass on this. All right, see you later.